Welcome back, everybody. He may be gone from the GSA, but Jeff Neely is apparently not finished living it up on the taxpayers' dime, because we will now get stuck paying $100,000 a year for compensation package, but one lawmaker has an idea to stop it. Joining us now is California Congressman Jeff Denham, who is up in the middle of the night, really. Wow, it is California at 3 o'clock in the morning. Good to see you, sir. Glad you got up early for us, or maybe just stayed up.
Thank you. Good morning.
You want to do away with the GSA entirely, perhaps? Why?
Well, I just think the private industry can do it better and cheaper. GSA is in charge of all of our public buildings. They're supposed to be liquidating these properties that have been sitting vacant for decades, and they've sold 82 properties in the last decade. Private industry could have sold thousands of the vacant properties overnight. So I want to see redevelopment. I want to see jobs, and I think it can be done better by private industry.
So we're not talking just about one bad apple, one killer convention, mind you. This is an overall bad idea. The entire agency is running the wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely. GSA is also in charge of our vehicles, all of our fleets, tractors that are used by the Department of Transportation. And then when they outlive their life, they're sold, and they're sold in auction yards rather than online as many private industries do. So we're getting pennies on the dollar for the things that we liquidate rather than getting the full fare that we should.
Now, as you know, Congressman Micah has another goal in mind. He wants to do away with what's guarding Jeff Neely that we talked about. He gets what we understand is about $100,000 in compensation package annually, despite the fact that everything that went wrong there. He's also been paid while he's been sitting there not testifying to Congress. What should be done, not just in terms of the GSA, but across the government for situations like this?
Well, certainly when somebody has broken the law, and we do believe the law has definitely been broken here, they should be, not only their pay should be stopped, but they should be fired immediately, and then they should be forced to pay that money back. But we've seen time and time again where they're able to stay on board, continue to collect a paycheck, and then pad their retirement. And it's got to stop. I mean, this doesn't happen in corporate life. In fact, you hear, the president rail against it all the time. People are fired.
Yeah, I think you should also, if you're working for the government on taxpayer dime, having to testify seems like it makes a lot of sense. In terms of conventions, another movement afoot to try to do away with government conventions across the board. Is that a bit of an overreaction, and could that have adverse effects in terms of the economy?
I don't think it's an overreaction. The president issued an executive order last November. Last September, he sent a memo out to every department head saying that he wanted to eliminate the conferences and wanted them to report back to his budget office. And then they were going to have a meeting with the vice president to go over all of the efficiencies. So then when this executive order came out in November, they wanted to start doing a lot of teleconferencing, use these public buildings that are sitting vacant right now, use those for conferences. So my question is to the president, are all of your agencies ignoring you? And so if that's the case, not only do we want to see what happened with this budget memorandum that was supposed to come back, but secondly, I'm going to present legislation, introducing it next week, that basically forces the president to eliminate it. If the agencies are going to ignore the president and his executive order, we're going to force them to do it in Congress.
All right, keep us up to date on that legislation, Congressman. Thanks for being with us. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Go get some sleep, please.
You got it. Thank you.